Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 9, entitled as trai-vidyā Rajaguhyam. Sloka 20, 21, Part 3. Trai-vidyā mam soma-pāḥ pūta-pāpā yajñair iṣṭvā svar-gatiṁ prārthayante te puṇyam āsādya surendra-lokam aśnanti divyān divi deva-bhogān te tam bhuktvā svarga-lokaṁ viśālaṁ kṣīṇe puṇye martya-lokaṁ viśanti evaṁ trayī-dharmam anuprapannā gatāgataṁ kāma-kāmā labhante. In the first session of these set of slokas, we saw an overview how people get material desires like wanting to go to heavenly planet. They perform certain sacrifices, yajñairs, and satisfy those particular devata of those planets and attain and enjoy the heavenly planet. But once their time is up, the credits are over of their puṇya karmas, they will be sent back into this mortal world. And in the second session, we saw why Vedas offers options, material options in first place. The idea is to gradually elevate those who are in the lower consciousness to the ultimate higher consciousness. Therefore, Vedas has two sections: Purva, which is called deva-bhogān, which covers the karma-kanda section, and then the uttara, which is the Vedanta, covers the Upanishad. The first part speaks about various yajñairs, various devatas, how to perform these yajñairs to satisfy these devatas and attain what one wants materially. While doing that, one gets purified on that particular aspect to attain that particular material desire. When one follows the Upanishad, the second part, which is called the Vedanta, one's sins get fully eradicated. Both sins, that is the pāpa karma and puṇya karma, get eradicated, and one will attain the supreme abode, attain moksha, never to return back. Whereas by following the first part of the Vedas only, a person once get exhausted with his credits, he will be sent back into this world. In chapter 2, sloka 45, trai-gunya vishaya veda nistrai-gunya bhavarjuna nirdvantva nitya sattvasto niryoga kṣēma atmavan. Over there, we discuss how people have desires based on those three modes. So kindly refer to that sloka as well. One who has not understood the Vedas fully think that Veda-bhāha, that is the Purva-bhāha, is important, and the Uttara-bhāha is dry philosophy and it is not important, and they skip it. One who has read Veda-bhāha only, not the Uttara-bhāha, which is the Vedanta, will not know that the Supreme Lord is clearly mentioned in the second part in the Upanishad. They are missing out a very important aspect of Vedas. They think the first part, doing the ritualistic performance, is what very important to get what they want. And since they are missing out the second part of the Vedas, the Upanishad, they only read the first part. They think they are worshipping a particular devata, and that devata is the ultimate supreme, and that devata is the provider of their wishes. But for one who has read Uttara-bhāha, knows even though one worship a particular devata as per the Vedas, they are indirectly worshipping the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. Why? Because it is the Supreme Lord who is present as Antaryami within all these various devatas. So therefore, a person who is advanced, who has read the Purva-bhāha, who has read the Uttara-bhāha, that person knows that both are very essential and important, and it is the Supreme Brahman, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, is one who is being glorified in both the sections, and they know very well that it is the Supreme Lord who is present in the heart of all the devatas, who is ultimately the giver, the provider through these devatas. Indra, Varuna, Vayu, and all the devatas, they are all part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, when a person worships these parts of the Supreme Lord, it is the Super Soul who is present within these devatas, these parts, is one who is receiving the offering, the worship, the prayers. It's like a son massaging the father's feet, hands, but ultimately the son is satisfying the father, the Atma, who is within this body. Similarly, when these devatas are worshipped, it is the Super Soul who is being worshipped indirectly. It is the Super Soul who get pleased by these prayers and worship. It is the Super Soul which ultimately provides the benediction through these devatas. So one might ask a question, since it's ultimately Krishna who is the receiver of the prayers, what is wrong in continuing the devatas worship? Number one can worship provided they have this understanding. Secondly, if a person has a complete understanding, then they would not simply waste their time in these indirect methods. They would directly worship Sri Krishna, irrespective of whether it is a material desire or a spiritual desire. So what happens for those who honor the prasadam of the devatas? The answer is they get purified pūta-pāpā from certain bad karma and good karma, which were obstacles for them to attain those particular devatas. The next question, follow-up question would be, so what? What is wrong in attaining those devatas planets? We covered this in 7.23. Divyān devayajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mamapi. They will attain the devatas planet, but those who worship me, that is Krishna, they will come to my planet, my world. Well, that sounds to be a good program. But the problem is, those planets of the devatas are all perishable, whereas Krishna's planet, abode, is imperishable. We discussed this point in detail over there. This knowledge one will not be able to receive unless and until one has read the second part of the Vedas, which is the essence of the Vedas, trai-vidyā, Vedantam, Uttarabhaham. In our next session, we will see the comparative study of these two parts, trai-vidyā and trai-vidyā. Namaste, Hare Krishna.